Good afternoon, plebeians, Covidians, or people that the Tories just don't really care about. Did you watch Rishi Sunak with the Kia Rio pulling out the old petrol nozzle there, sticking the fuel in, glug, 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 glug. And we're supposed to believe that Rishi, just like us, drives a Kia Rio, because he's one of the boys, he's one of the people, isn't he? No, he doesn't, of course. It was borrowed for the photo op from a member of Sainsburys staff. And anyway, if you're a multi-millionaire like Rishi, wouldn't the chauffeur fill the tank? Or some peon or pleb or whatever. Anyway, not the point of today's video. Let me read you something from, it's called Consortium News, okay? I'm going to have to expand it a bit on my phone. It says, President Joe Biden is caught in the middle of the fray between Congress and the White House. So far, he's siding with the Department of Defense, saying there cannot be a NATO no-fly zone over Ukraine, fighting Russian aircraft because that's called World War III, okay, to quote the president. Let's get it straight here, guys. We will not fight the Third World War in Ukraine. Don't know about Biden. Should we believe him or not? I think he'd like to fight the Third World War anywhere but over America, but let's say we believe him. President Biden, it says in Consortium News, has been clear that US troops won't fight Russia in Ukraine, and if you establish a no-fly zone, certainly in order to enforce that no-fly zone, you'll have to engage Russian aircraft. Again, that would put us at war with Russia, says Biden. And the US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin earlier this month, the administrator admitted that the administration is planning to bring down the Russian government through ground insurgency and economic war, not a direct military one. I think that's sometimes referred to as asymmetric warfare, but I'm not very good on types and stuff like that. Now let me read on some other stuff, yeah? Now here's where I think I'm going to get fairly unpopular. I'm going to get dislikes on this one, and I'm probably going to get comments, yeah? Later in the same article, from the article's called Pentagon Drops Truth Bombs to Prevent World War III or something like that. But later in the same article, no evidence, subhead, of chemicals. The second article directly undermines Biden's dramatic warning about the false flag chemical attack. Reuters reported that the US has not yet seen any concrete indications of an immediate Russian chemical or biological weapons attack on the Ukraine, but it is closely monitoring streams of intelligence for them, a senior US defense official said. It quoted the Pentagon official as saying, this is the Pentagon, there's no evidence that there's something imminent with regard to that right now. Neither the New York Times nor the Washington Post published the Reuters article. I wonder why. Why didn't they do that? Yeah? Which appeared in the more obscure US News and World Report. So, you know, as the author comments here, never let the facts get in the way of a good story, even if it could lead to the most devastating consequences in history. Yeah, I mean, for crying out loud, facts. Do you need facts when there's a good story? Well done, guys. Well done. Yep. Give you something to report on, won't it? World War III. Do you think you'll get in the bunker and survive? Yeah. And finally, though, Cyril, another one from this that I rather liked. Everybody, and this is going to get me hated. Yep, going to get me absolutely hated. It will get me hated. It will probably get sarky and nasty comments. The article also says, as of the past weekend, that is in 24 days of conflict, Russia has flown some 1,400 strike sorties and delivered almost 1,000 missiles. This obviously is in Ukraine. By contrast, and here's the bit I want you to listen to, by contrast, the United States flew more sorties and delivered more weapons in the first day of the 2003 Gulf War. That's more than 1,000 munitions in the first day of the Gulf War. A proportion of these strikes, in going back to Ukraine, have destroyed and damaged civilian structures, that's true, and killed and injured innocent civilians. That is also true. But the level of death and destruction is low compared to Russia's destructive capacity. Somebody said, it's hard, I know, to swallow that the carnage and destruction could be much worse than it is, says a Department of Intelligence analyst, yep. But the facts show this. This suggests to me, at least, that Putin is not, and they're going to hate this, is not intentionally attacking civilians. That perhaps, note the word perhaps he is mindful that he needs to limit damage in order to leave a way out for negotiations. Yeah. U.S. Air Force officer said he was. Russia is not intentionally targeting cities to demolish demolishing cities, and that if Putin should care to, he has massive air power and could totally destroy massive parts of the Ukraine's civil infrastructure. Now, I know that's going to get hated. It's going to get hated. It's going to get slated. Yeah? Because I am not here condemning the bad guy. Yeah? I am not condemning him. You know, I'm not condemning him. Okay, whether it's strikes on civilians and whatever, and if war crimes have been committed and whatever, yes, of course, he and those responsible should go on trial before the international courts for them. Of course they should. There is no question about that. But I just want you to think about something, yeah? Because the media is just reporting it all as just kind of literally one thing. Yeah, it's so, you know, there's nothing behind this. There's nothing behind the lead up to all this. There's absolutely nothing behind this. Yeah, it's always going to be that way with how our media report things. And I was just thinking a moment ago, there are people in power who probably would be quite happy to have World War III. They would probably be quite delighted to have Russia or China or whatever just wiped off the face of the earth. Whether for economic or military or power reasons or whatever, there are people in power who would like to see that, yeah? And they, of course, believe that they'll be safely tucked away and the nukes won't hurt them, yep? So please, if you are vehemently anti this, get it in the comments now, please. If you want to accuse me of being a Putin supporter and justifying the invasion, which I am not, get that in the comments too, obviously. Please get it in there. And this particular thing I'm quoting from was mentioned by my friend and fellow socialist, Chris Williamson, MP. Cheers, COVIDians.